Good morning from Orange Beach, Alabama on May 18th, 2023. I want to talk today briefly about what's happening in terms of air travel demand between the U.S. and Asia. IATA is reporting, probably accurately, that year-over-year demand for the summer of 2023 between the U.S. and Asia is up something like 150%. No doubt that that's true, but this shouldn't be confused with a long-term trend or a return to a pre-COVID level of demand, because long-term geopolitical and demographic trends mandate basically that China and Asia in general can't return in terms of level of importance and demand from the U.S. that they had pre-COVID, not because of COVID, but because their populations are radically declining. Each generation in most Asian countries is much smaller than the one before it. China is the best example, most extreme example, but not the only one. Japan's been in that situation for some time. If you don't have population, you can neither consume nor produce. And if you're not consuming or producing, then there may be some leisure travel demand, but business travel demand is going to be eviscerated. So if that happens, and when that happens, demand between the U.S. and Asia is going to fall off proportionally, if not more so. That's why we say that over time, the U.S. industry, airline industry, is going to reorient itself internationally away from an east-west orientation over oceans toward a north-south orientation within the Americas. And airports like DFW and Houston, George Bush will do very well, relatively, in this new environment. But airports that are heavily exposed to Transpacific travel in this particular case, such as Los Angeles, San Francisco, Vancouver, Seattle, they're going to be challenged because they're going to see demand for their airports from those types of carriers eviscerated. And they'll need to have a plan to generate service from carriers who aren't as exposed to the Pacific Rim in order to make sure that their airports don't overly suffer as Trans-Pacific travel demand declines significantly in the years ahead.